Well,
That's
I wouldn't doubt knowing you that you do have everything back to back. Probably work 27-hour days and
well, I try not to,
I know.
but yeah, it's been an exciting day.
Good for
So
you.
you and I had a date this morning at 9 a.m., but I had to reschedule that show appointment because of this meeting, a meeting. And it's called the Continuum of Care meeting.
Okay,
And so it was an in-person meeting that I thought would be valuable to attend. And it was really, really good. It
good.
was I had someone behind me in the audience. There were probably about 30 people, and someone behind me, I felt like this urge to meet this gentleman. And
Okay,
I met him, and I think he's involved with churches in some way.
okay,
And so I told him about what we're doing, that we're looking to develop housing for marginalized groups.
right.
And he said, wonderful. And I said, would you be interested in taking a deeper dive? He said,
Yes.
yes, yes, I am. So
Okay.
I emailed him, and it was just really, really good. And I have met with the chair of the Continuum of Care, Joseph Smith of
Okay.
Hope Cooperative.
All
Hope
right.
Cooperative is a system that delivers mental health services to people who are either unhoused or living in at risk of becoming unhoused. So
Oh,
yes, and so then he works there, and he's the chair over the continuum of care. But he introduced me to the city manager of crisis response.
huh.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And a
Really doing a
gentleman
lot of
named
networking.
Brian Pedro,
Mhm.
as you would like to say. But he was very interesting because they're working on a development of small homes.
Okay.
We didn't get into the nuts and bolts of it because the meeting
No.
had been over, but
No.
another
Yeah.
good contact to meet. And who else did I meet there? I met this gentleman named Naeem. And
Huh.
Naeem wants to deliver social services for the people who are marginalized, at risk of becoming unhoused, or are unhoused, by way of the Cal AIM Enhanced Care Management Program.
Boy.
So I know it's so layers deep in programs and bureaucracy and red tape and things. But all this to say that I told him what we were doing, that we're looking for land. He's like, I got land. I got land in North Highlands. And so I said, let's talk. And he was also very, very kind. Some people, I'll talk to them and they'll sort of look at me like, what are you doing in this space, type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
know that feeling.
yes, but it was a very, very positive meeting. And so then I have to say, I left that meeting feeling really high and happy, and like those were the pieces of the puzzle that are coming together. And that's what I witnessed. Go.
Excuse
God bless
me.
you.
Well, that's a lot of stuff. My goodness.
Right? Right. And so then yeah, so I came home, and then I was on email and I'm on this thread, okay, for
Yeah.
people who are out of incarceration.
Okay.
I follow this group, for
Right.
reentry, and so then a social worker intern at the library, said that they're working with a lady who's crawling. She cannot walk, and
Hmm.
she's on the streets.
Oh
And
boy.
so I reached out, right? And I went over there, Mark. I went over there, brought my bag of tricks, my phone, my computer. I went over there, and it's not an old person, but it's someone who has challenges with mental health, and physical
Yeah.
health, and
Yeah.
who knows what else, right? The myriad probably of things
Yeah.
that happen when
Yeah.
we're living outdoors.
Yeah.
And so what really struck me, Mark, is working closely with the unhoused population, you get to know what's super important in a day for them. And that
Okay.
is number one is toileting. Toileting.
Okay.
Where am I going
Okay.
to go today? And do I
Right. Right.
have 50 cents in the morning so I could get a cup of coffee and go use the restroom?
Right.
Right. And so then at lunchtime, they will have had to save another amount of money to go somewhere, buy something to be able to use the toilet again. And
Oh.
that is the life of an unhoused person. So my concern is, where are you going to the bathroom? What, because if she's crawling on the city streets, Mark Isaac,
I understand, honey.
and
Yeah.
anyway, we got her connected, connected with the services that are out here, but they were going to take a long time, like days. And this
Yeah.
woman needs to be in the hospital if she cannot be ambulatory,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So
No.
we
Yeah.
got her, someone came over to take her
Mm.
to the Red Cross, and they're gonna see her at Kaiser and then take her back to the Red Cross to rehabilitate from whatever it is that's going on in here with her.
Yeah.
And so it was a really nice way to help someone. And the interns that were working with her were very grateful, for a community member coming over, because largely they work with their supervisor from the college, and the community doesn't really rise. But it's time that we connect, and it's time that we rise together. And when there's a need like this, right? When there's a need,
Yes.
we must unite to meet the need.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, and yeah, and there's just your words are so eloquent. There's nothing I can say that, but yes, I feel very strongly being a mentally ill person and being someone who's been unhoused 2 or 3 times. I can't remember how many.
Yes.
I certainly bow to you for your care and your time and your wisdom and all that stuff. So,
Well, thank you. No bows needed.
well, that's okay. People that get bows don't feel like they're needed. Jesus didn't say, "Oh, I need you to bow," you
Right.
know. So,
Well, thank you kindly. Thank
anyway,
you kindly. But I think that's the work.
yeah, yeah,
That, right?
yeah, yeah.
To just to show up and collaboratively. What
Well,
can we
and the
do?
word the word will get around that you're this kind of person. I'm gonna say your phone number here.
Yes.
Five
Oh,
530-488-9768.
yes.
And these people know I like to repeat things 40 or 50,000 times. So 530-488-9768. And Lourdes works, she has an organization called Alt Housing for All. That's ALT Housing, the number 4all.org. Nonprofit, working
Yes.
with housing and the unhoused. And
Yes.
she's working a lot on helping people. Why don't we take a 10-minute break and come back? Is that all right?
Absolutely. Sounds good. I will
All
see you in a
right.
few minutes, brother.
Yes, yes, you will. All
All right.
right. Good, 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 good.
All right.